and women, you just indulge in your emotions. You don't balance them. You don't check them. You just I'm feeling this. I'm gonna express it. I'm gonna.
But I want to ask a question. Yeah. So I want to ask a question. Can people be addicted? Can you be addicted to an emotion like anger or jealousy? So you can get high off it.
Well, they get something off it. Yeah, definitely. Remember, some people. A lot of us, like you said, emotion. You said electric motion. Some people use emotion to propel them forward. You know, in a sporting event, you might be tapping into sorrow, anger, whatever. You know, I'm sure there's better emotions than the one I'm mentioning, but I just feel like some people just use emotion. You know, they use fear to push them forward. Some people use you know, whatever it is, the love for their child or the love for whatever, and they actually utilize that as a fuel. A lot of us do that, but the problem becomes when that emotion is an emotion that needs
detrimental to your society.
Negative stimulus for it to come
Can I
about.
ask something? Jed, you just made me think about that. You see, because you said the emotion, so and you mentioned the maternal thing to it. So, see when someone does something that you think is humanly not possible, is that solely based on their emotion for that situation? Like, does emotion have that power, or is that something more than emotion?
I think emotion has the power. Emotion has the power to make you like not even feel pain, physical pain. Definitely. But I've just realized as you're talking, Jez, that the emotions propel you to do certain things, and the way our emotions are manipulated now to propel us to do certain things is
madness.
Right, exactly.
Especially like jealousy. You find with jealousy, when it comes to like jealousy, it propels people to say, "Oh, I want to do better. I want to do better than them. I want to look better than them. I want to dress better than them. I want to have a better like the emotions that propel us to facilitate the society we live in is mad."
Yeah.
But and those programs, those feelings are programmed in us to feel that way. Which is matter. The things that give us a show.
And then you're programmed not to feel.
At the right time. You can only feel. You're only allowed to feel what they want you to feel.
No. Don't feel anger. Don't feel destructive. Don't feel don't feel violent. Whatever you do, there's no place for violence in a modern society. Yeah, man. Just lay down while we fuck you. Lay
Black like your ass.
Lay down while we take from you. And lay down while we put your children in harm's way. Don't feel angry. What's all this anger for? You barbarian. You know what I mean?
Feel sad. Feel sad. Don't feel angry. Feel sad.
If anything,
Feel positive.
Feel scared.
Change it into a positive. You know, you have.
Change is coming. Change is coming.
But with the fear that you feel, don't worry, we're gonna help you. Don't worry, man. We got you, man.
They give us our outlet.
The nation is scared.
Yeah, but that's a big point, though. What thoughts and emotions are yours compared to the external ones?
They are our emotions. It's just their.
That's why that's why it's important to have that me time.
Actually, no, they are our emotions, but they're not our fault. How about that?
And you get all emotional for no reason.
Do you know what? I could say that they may be not even your emotions, you know, Sash.
I'd say they're more than not your thoughts.
You can always pick up someone else's emotions.
Just because you feel it doesn't mean it's organic, right? It can be programmed. Your emotions can be played with and programmed. They can be used,
manipulated.
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like it's not even a candy.
Doesn't that not stem from a thought process?
What's happening?
Because I think from my studying of psychology, I think they say you get a thought then an emotion, but you can feel a way and not have there's different levels of thought, there's different clarities of thought. Maybe a subconscious thought might lead you to an emotion, and that emotion then leads you to a thought process, which then leads you to an action. Sometimes it's the thought process that leads you, like an action happens, the way you think about it determines how you are going to feel about it, therefore determining the type of emotion that comes out. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for instance, I say, John's just been offered a job in Philadelphia. Now, depending on how you feel about John, may determine the emotion that you feel, or you may get a mixed range of emotions. It's not set in stone. So if you love John and you plan to propose to him on the weekend, you might feel a bit down for him. You might feel a bit down that, oh shit, I'm gonna lose John. But if you love John, but it wasn't in that romantic way, you may be over the moon from that buzzing. Like, oh shit, how am I gonna hold this down? I'm so gassed for John. John deserves this. It's the same incident, but just your thought process is what's determining how you think about it. And then that could be done in the reverse, as in, you know, you subconsciously feel a way, but haven't explored what it is. So you can't actually say, I've had the thought that, fuck this, man. It should be me going, not John. I did hope it would work. You ain't even got to that level yet. You just feeling some kind of way, and then
you try to explain the emotion.
Yeah, and then your thought process brings you the next step. Like, I studied it through anger management, trying to figure out whether I was knocking man out because of how I felt, or because of how I felt I was knocking man out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was trying to figure out what came first. Because a lot of us walked into anger management saying, boy, all I know is this happened and I just blacked out. Nah, you never, bro. You never just blacked out.
There were thoughts, the thoughts process went into it.
There was thoughts there. They are thoughts. And
same thing as well when I went to anger management. Same thing.
Yeah, they're teaching you how to slow the thoughts down.
Yeah.
So slow it down.
How many here have done anger management?
Realize they actually
hands up.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Just trying to explain this ABC process: action, belief, consequence. And the belief is the thought process. Yeah. So an action happens, and then your belief of how we should respond to this, or what this action is, or you know what I mean, what the right thing to do is, that kicks in, and then the consequence comes in afterwards because you've done your move, and now you're going to see how it played out. So emotion and thought they are so linked that it's almost impossible to decipher what comes first. But on paper, they've worked it out that you have a thought, and this makes you feel a way.
I don't think it's that hard to figure out, though.
Go on.
I feel like if for example, you do it when you're directing your music videos and you're doing certain things, you know, all right, cool, I'm gonna place this here, and this is gonna add to the effect of this happening, and this is gonna stir this emotion, and you do it in your lyrics as well. Like I feel like they got it down to a T.
Like the sister was talking about intuition, and I'm saying, you know, where you're gonna call intuition a thought process? No way. More time, you're trying to work out what the fuck this is.
That's why I was trying to find it on the scale in between logical and emotional, and I can only really end up more with emotional. But we're trying to we're trying to understand.
I would say because you feel it, but what you're feeling,
the feeling.
Yeah, but the best thing to do is
it's a feeling.
You feel intuition, but it's not an emotion.
So
it's you know what? It's a knowing though. I find intuition is a knowing. Once you can tap into it and understand it and listen to it, it's a form of knowing.
Yeah.
So in a way, it is kind of logical once you tap into it.
When a person blacked out, they knew what they were doing.
Is that true? You would never ask why then.
No.
I'm not saying that.
But there was a process before you blacked out.
Before you blacked out,
before
you allowed yourself to black out, you had more control than you want to admit. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying once you black out and whatever, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you purposely hit him with this and did that. I'm not going to say that, because I do believe you can just go into rage and your whole aim is just to hurt or do whatever. But you're not necessarily thinking about your every move. But before that, a lot of us believe that no, he violated. This man slapped my wife, and I just blacked out. No, he slapped your wife, and you have an opinion. You have a thought process on people slapping your wife, and that is, I ain't having it. That is, you touch mine, and I'm fucking you up.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, I'll kill you. Whatever. I don't care how quick that thought came. It came.
But you could also priorly be unbalanced like in chemically, you know, there's this thing where you have mental dehydration. You can have that through smoking weed, cigarettes, even the negative thoughts, and
but that comes
has effect on your thoughts. You might
it's either way
more negatively than you would if you was just balanced and hydrated.
Yeah, so what's the point you're making? Either way, it's still a foot. If
Flames, either way, your emotions trigger chemicals in your system, which give you a feeling.
Hold on 1 second, Beef. If your foot was affected negative by the 5G or by the whispers in your ear or by whatever's happened earlier in today, still a thought.